Hello, wonderful women. Welcome back to Nourished by Claudia. Today we're going to talk about fatigue. Why are you feeling so tired? Why are you feeling so tired? Even though you have started eating more, you have possibly changed your workout routine, and you have made so many changes over the past months to get your period back, to get your vitality back, and to really make sure that your body is fertile as possible. So today we're going to really discuss 6 main drivers when it comes to fatigue and low energy in general. So make sure that you stick till the end because these golden nuggets can really change your reality. If you don't know me, by the way, I am Claudia Vidor. I'm a nutrition and dietetic clinician. I focus on helping women to get pregnant, get the period back, and really let go of disorder behaviors around food and training. And I am the founder of the Period Comeback Protocol and the private Facebook group Recover from HA Support. So if you would like to seek guidance and work with me one-on-one, just make sure that you click on the link below. And for any of you that are just simply watching this video because they want to get more information about what is going on in their life, just make sure that you like the subscribe button, because every single time that you hit the subscribe button or that you hit the like button, an angel smiles from heaven. All right. So now let's discuss the 6 main things that I normally see with my clients when it comes to low energy and fatigue. And by the way, I'm just going to discuss 6 of them, even though there are approximately 15 that I can list in this video. And maybe I'm going to make a video number 2 where I'm going to discuss about other options of why you may have been feeling fatigued. So if you don't have a period, or if you have just gotten your period back, or if you're working on getting your fertility back on track, chances are that you're suffering from low energy availability, which means that if your body doesn't have enough running energy, then it's very likely that you're going to feel exhausted or fatigued, especially when it comes to early in the morning or towards the end of the day. You may also feel too fatigued to complete a workout or to gain optimal performance when it comes to workout or even work in general. So low energy availability is normally caused by, as we know, fasting, too much caffeine, dehydration, which is a big one. Half of the worldwide population is dehydrated. And I say half because that's the latest statistic that I've seen. But knowing women, I think that it's safe to say that more than 50% of the worldwide population is dehydrated for a variety of reasons. Sometimes because we consume foods and fluids that are dehydrating, and sometimes simply because we forget to drink water. So low energy availability can be caused once again by dehydration, by poor intake, especially when it comes to the first part of the day, so the morning, or generally it's also poor intake when it comes to the big macronutrients, for example, carbohydrates and fats. So if you still don't have a period, chances are that your body is still not feeling safe, you're not eating enough. So instead of aiming for a random caloric number that may or may not work with your body, just make sure that you get professional support, that you get the correct guidance so that you can work out the number that is correct for you to make sure that you get your period back or to support your vitality in general, and that you're not going to feel so exhausted and blah the whole time. Tip number 2, or maybe situation number 2 on why you maybe feel tired is because you are overtraining. And for some people, overtraining can be running a marathon each and every week. And for some people, can be doing 20 minutes of YouTube exercises 5 times a week. Why is that? First of all, because genetics play a big influence on how our body is sensitive or not to movement. Secondly, because there is something which is called psychogenic stress that comes to play. So let's say, for example, that you are working out for 20 minutes a day. You're not even doing interval training, but you have 2 babies that wake you up at night. You have a full-time job during the day. You already are suffering from low energy availability. So those 20 minutes of extra movement, they're not really helpful when it comes to your particular situation. Also, it's very important to consider the emotional load and the mental stress that come with the idea that we need to work out each and every day. So that's also something else that we need to take into consideration when we're speaking about overtraining. And then obviously overtraining can simply be even going to the gym 3 times a week to doing some weight training in a very safe way, done for you by a personal trainer when our body is not in a state of actually doing so. Your body is sending you a message, not having a period, feeling fatigue, experiencing brain fog. They're all signals, they're all symptoms from your body that things are not really that great. And normally low energy, fatigue, exhaustion, they are very much connected to low libido, because once again, if you don't have energy for yourself and for your own needs, your body definitely doesn't want to share that energy with someone else's. Another reasons why you may be feeling tired is because of the lack of some minerals and micronutrients that are fundamental for our methylation cycles and from our oxygenation. So I'm specifically referring to iron. So iron is a big one. And I'm not just talking about ferritin. It really drives me nuts when someone goes to the doctor and they say, oh, your ferritin level is 30, so you're good to go. You're absolutely fine. I normally say just have a look at your iron study, your hemoglobin level, your ferritin level, which ideally is above 60, but also the transferrin level, because if transferrin is high, it means that your body is hungry for iron. And there may be a variety of reasons why your iron levels are low. First of all, you're not eating enough of it. Secondly, your gut is impacted, so you're not capable of absorbing it, or you're losing it because your hepcidin levels are high. And normally hepcidin levels can be high, especially in a situation when there is a state of chronic stress, chronic pain, and overtraining or high level of inflammation in general. So a big one is iron, and be careful though, don't supplement unless you have already done some blood work, because sometimes having high iron can actually give you the same feelings of being lethargic. Normally, a very quick and easy way to find out if you are low in iron is actually to check the gingives, this part of the gingives, and if they look pretty pale, that's already a sign that you may be low in iron, or just underneath your eyes. And if you find that the skin is quite pale and it's not a nice reddish color, chances are that your body doesn't have enough oxygenation. Normally, I very often see a low level of iron going hand in hand with a lack of B12, but that's not obviously always the case, because we are always also very different and beautiful. So I would definitely say check your B12 levels, and especially if you're vegan or vegetarian, just make sure that you are getting enough of it, especially from nutritional yeast and those type of foods. But if you are a meat eater, just make sure that you get some nice organic grass-fed things that are going to support your B12 and iron intake. Also, low level of vitamin D have been associated with low energy levels. So that's also something else that I would encourage you to check, especially if you are on your preconception journey. Something else that I have touched upon before, but I also would like to underline once again, lack of major macronutrients such as carbohydrates can play a massive role when it comes to our health in general, to our vitality, because glucose is very much needed for our brain to function properly, but it's also very supportive of our estrogen productions, LH pulsatility, and also our thyroid health. So making sure that you're getting enough carbohydrates is very important. I normally prefer low GI carbohydrates because it helps also with blood sugar regulation, which is another reasons why you may feel quite lethargic. But making sure that you're getting, in general, enough carbs throughout the day. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack if wanted. And same thing, if you're not eating enough protein, and that's specifically for you if you're vegan or vegetarian, that can also lead to fatigue, because protein are very essential when it comes to amino acids and also to neurotransmitter production. So just make sure that you eat your veg, your fats, your carbs, your proteins, and a different variety of vegetables and fruits, so that it's going to allow you to supply your body with different vitamins and minerals throughout the year. Something else that it's obviously come into play when you're feeling exhausted and lethargic is definitely lack of sleep or lack of good quality sleep. So for example, if you have vivid nightmares, if you get sweats at nighttime, if you wake up multiple times to go to the bathroom, that's going to impact your ability to regulate your energy during the day, which is fair enough. And also, if you are not capable of resting, that's also another factor that plays a massive role when it comes to our own energy production. So allow yourself to sleep, allow yourself to rest, and you're gonna feel 10,000 times better. But you kind of already know that. And I think that sometimes it's not about not knowing things, but it's actually putting them in place. And simply because I've talked about a disrupted sleep and inability to rest, it's very important for me also to touch upon cortisol. We sometimes think that we may be tired because we have a high cortisol, but sometimes when we are in a stage of burnout, we may be experiencing low cortisol, and low cortisol normally shows up by being extremely exhausted, lacking motivations, and not wanting to leave the bed in the morning, not because we are mentally feeling oppressed and challenged, but simply because we don't have the drive to go out and get our day going. And then last but not least, just for the sake of this video, is thyroid. If your thyroid is hyperthyroid, is an hyperthyroid, so it's in hyperdrive, is overwhelmed, then it's going to make you feel very edgy, very tense, very anxious, and that is very tiring to maintain. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if your TSH level is increased and your thyroid is working suboptimally, and maybe you are experiencing hypothyroidism or Hashimoto, which is an autoimmune conditions anyway, so you cannot diagnose yourself or not by watching this video, chances are that you're experiencing lots of brain fog, lots of tiredness, and also irregular periods. Okay, so for today, we've discovered 6 of the biggest factors that comes to play when you're feeling fatigued and exhausted. This list is not complete. This is not medical advice, so don't go out and do something silly simply because you have watched this video. This is just an opportunity for you to actually start writing things down, paying attention, go and see your doctor, get some good blood tests done, make a call, book a call with me. Let's have a look at your diary, exercise diary, how you sleep, how often you go to the bathroom, what is going on with your blood work and scan, so then we can send you on a healing journey. All right, we can get you started on your healing journey. I will see you next time. Thank you for being with me today. And if you want to join me or the Period to Come Back protocol, all the links are below.